close to the camera.
He's
look, he's 5 pounds right now.
We're here at the media day for the 2021 Bassmaster Classic on Ray Roberts.
This is a tank. Look at the size of this thing.
Progress we've made so far on our Hobie PA14.
Got it wired up for 12 volt right now.
We got the P127.
That money!
That's a monster!
Got one. Took him long enough, didn't it? He knows.
You know that's your outro.
I know, but I mean, like, I was waiting on you because, like, you just kind of put me on the spot and it's like it didn't flow. Right?
Whatever. All right, guys. All right, everybody. We are live. Finally. We are finally live. We have not done a show in forever. So it's
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I do apologize for just the time it's taken to do these shows. I know in the last show I was like, man, we're gonna get back on this. We're gonna start doing a show every Sunday. And, you know, can't listen to what I say sometimes. It don't always it ain't always happening that way. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I do apologize for taking so long to do another show. We've had a lot of people reach out to us asking if we will do any more shows. And the reason we haven't is, for one, we had the Lake Winnipesaukee tournament. And then we went on a very nice, relaxing vacation trip with me and James's families. My family and James's family. That's what I mean. And it was nice. It was nice to get away for a little while. We got to do some fishing that I never really, I mean, I've done a couple times, but I didn't do a whole lot of, and that was saltwater fishing. You know, that
was interesting.
We went into a tackle store, man. I didn't know where to start. You know what I mean? I felt like I was a rookie. I was a rookie.
Rookie.
We bought us 2 nice little pin combos, and you know what the crazy part was though is I have these like $25, $35, something like that, combos, spinning reel combos for the kids, and we caught more fish off of those at the pier than we did the big stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, we come in, we look like we were ready to go catch a shark. That's what we look like. We're geared up to catch. And because we've seen people off the end of the pier hanging in these monstrous fish, and you know, some of them didn't get them in, some of them did.
So what do you do? You just have to horse it up off the water, or do you walk down?
Yeah, they got like a huge net off of the pier. It's actually, I think that net is for sea turtles. So if you hang a sea turtle, you put that net down in there and you pick them up and you call this number that's on the pier.
I feel like if you hang into a big sea turtle, you're not going to get it in.
I wouldn't think so, but I mean, I guess if you hang it in a fin, or I don't know how that goes, but and anyways, we were able. I'll talk a little bit about that here in just a little while. I had a great time doing it. I had a blast. I'm actually, me and James kind of got addicted to it, and I'll tell you more about it in the story here in just a little while. But a lot of things have been going on with One Objective. We've had a couple new mounts come out. We've been able to get some new kayaks, take some new kayaks out, do some demoing. That was really cool for the camping trip. We ended up having the Hobie Lynx. We had 2 Hobie Lynxes. We had the Hobie Outback. We had the Jackson Nar. We had the Crescent Shoalie. And then we had our Hobie 13s. I mean, our Hobie 14s, I'm sorry.
There you go.
And we had both of those. And the camping spot that James had was right on the canal. So we was able to just kind of keep everything right there, you know. And the kids loved the Lynx, and Matthew loved the Outback. Like, that's his baby. Like, he wants an Outback. He's ready to sell his bona fide 107. He wants the Outback, you know. And I'm like, well, buddy, you better work a lot more, you know, if you want to buy an Outback.
Yeah, a whole lot more.
I was like, that one's a little pricey. So, but he loved it. And actually, we went out on the river Friday, and he took the Outback, and I took the Lynx out, and man, I had a blast. I enjoy fishing the James River a lot. That's my like getaway, you know, go catch a lot of fish. You don't always catch big ones, but you do hang into some good ones, you know, and catch some good ones here. I actually did catch a good one. But yeah, anyway, so we had that long extended vacation, did the demoing basically, which we did have some people that came out around the campsite want to take these boats out, and had a good time with that. So, but we got some people coming in with us. We got GC Fishing. We got Dwayne Wiley. What's up, guys? How you doing, Dwayne? Appreciate you tuning in to us tonight. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in to us right now. If you're on here, let us know where you're listening from. We love to hear where everybody's listening from and where we're reaching out to and all that. So, some pretty cool news for us. For some of you guys, it really probably doesn't matter. A lot of the podcasts are probably already on this platform, but we're finally on iHeartRadio. We had to switch over some format stuff. So if you're listening in and you're going to be, hey Brittany, how you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Man, we got guys from Lynchburg, Lando Lakes, Bob Risky, Lake St. Clair. Man, I want to get up there so bad and fish at Mississippi. Oh man, yeah, we got them all from all around right now. So, but I forgot what I was saying before that, Chris. What was I saying before that?
You wanted to go.
We're on iHeartRadio. That's what I
Yeah.
was getting at. We're on iHeartRadio now. So we switched some things around, and we're on iHeartRadio. Really excited about that because we tried a while back, and some things went wonky. We weren't able to get everything on there. So, but anyways, we're happy. We're happy to be back live, and happy to be getting our show out a little bit further reach than where we were. I mean, we was on iTunes and all that stuff. So, but excited to be there. But like I say, we've been busy. We've been really busy. But Chris, before I get into all of that, I normally like to ask you how you're doing, man. Me and you haven't even talked in a while. Like we just
No.
talked on the phone here and there.
Yeah. On Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat. That's our normal daily thing there. But like
Yeah.
just to kind of keep up with one another and what's going on, where we're at. But how you been doing? I mean, I know you were doing some yard sailing yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I didn't sell anything. Brittany sold a bunch of stuff. I didn't have it to sell, but
Did y'all do it at your house or did y'all do it like at a
She
church?
did it at her grandmother's house.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
She
Wanna
made
make
a
a
few
little
dollars. She made a few dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun to make a little extra coin selling some of your stuff you ain't gonna use again,
Oh yeah.
So, but have you gone out fishing any? I mean, have you had a chance to go cast a lot?
It's been too hot. Well, for me, I think so anyway. But
You need to get Brittany's cousin to take you out because he seems to be doing pretty well in Smithtown Lake right
yeah, he's
now.
doing good at night there. So
Yeah. So, I haven't even talked to you yet about it, and I'm not going to say no more about it until this deal is done. But we're going to have some really exciting new content coming to YouTube.
all right.
I'm super excited about it. I don't know exactly the time frame of this and when this is going to happen. And things could fall through and it might not happen. I don't know. You know what I mean? But if it does, we're going to have some really exciting content coming for YouTube. But speaking of that, if y'all haven't checked out our day one, me and James's day one of Lake Winnipesaukee, make sure you go check that out because that's where I'm going to talk about it right now. I had a blast. Me and James both had a blast in New Hampshire on Lake Winnipesaukee. If you ever get the opportunity to go up there, I will tell you this though: the boat traffic is horrific. I mean, early in the morning, see the sun comes up super early up there.
Yeah.
So we were having to get up at 3:30 in the morning so we could be at the boat ramp and you could blast, launch it. I think it was like 5, and lines in was at 5:30. Bob said, well, it seemed like we was on a lot of fish up there. Yeah, man. So I want to kind of get into practice, how practice went for us. So we were supposed to get up there in time to be able to get on the water on the first day of practice, which was Thursday, and be on the water at we was hoping 10, because we were making the drive up. Well, a hub went out on the old yak trailer. We stopped at a gas station, as we always do. We're right there and here. We're not far. So we're like, let's stop and get some gas. We'll check the hubs. We always check the hubs every time we get out and feel the hubs. Just make sure they're not hot, Everything felt cool as a cucumber. We pull out and we are not, dude, I bet you we didn't make it 5 miles up the road. And I wasn't driving. I was just riding at the time. And I said, I felt the car jerk. And I said, damn, James, what was that? And all of a sudden I see him looking back. And that's when I look back at the same time and you can see the smoke just poof, blow out. I thought we blew a tire for a second.
Oh man.
It was a bearing hub. the bearing hub just freaking exploded. So we pull into, luckily, where, everything works. Say what you want to say. I feel like everything works, and God put you in certain places at certain times. And we were very blessed to where it happened at, because we were right there at Advance Autos, and Tractor Supply wasn't like two miles up the road, So we stopped in at the Advance Autos. The lady there at Advance Autos in New Hampshire, I don't know exactly the town we were in. Super nice people. Most of the time you got to rent tools and all that stuff, we didn't have that much to do a bearing,
Yeah.
And was it Tyler said, just got the new bow mount for the SS127. Love it. Great to see you guys back. I appreciate it, Tyler. I really appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that with us. So we pull in there, and the inner race for the bearing was welded to the spindle, to the shaft, to the actual shaft. So they didn't have nothing there to cut it off with. I sit with all the stuff. James made a ride up to Tractor Supply, bought a grinder, bought another bearing kit, pretty much everything we needed. You know what I mean? It cost us about $1,000 to do it all. By the time we bought all the tools that we needed,
and 900 of that was tools.
Yeah, well, it was a DeWalt grinder, so you figured that right there was like $400 or $500.
Because I bought the bearings, they're only like $50 for a set of bearings.
Yeah,
Everything else was tools.
Yeah, so we bought the bearing. You can buy the whole hub kit.
Yeah,
with everything. So we bought that,
so
and we bought extra bearings.
Yeah, the spindle, whatever. Okay, well, not the spindle, the hub or whatever.
Yeah,
with the studs and everything made in it.
So then, by the time we got it cut off, then we had to file the hub. I mean, the axle spindle, the axle down, so the bearing could slide on there, and it was, like I say, we were able to get it done. It just was about a 2-hour setback, 3-hour setback, something like that. Luckily, it wasn't real hot up there, So I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was a fun experience, I guess you can say. I don't want to do it again though. It wasn't so fun. I want to do it again. I can tell you that. But met some really great people. I mean, we had people coming in wanting to help us, and you hear about going up north and how, Southern people all the time are always like, yeah, you don't go up there, a bunch of buttholes up there and all that. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I can see them around the city of New York and New Jersey and all that. But man, when you get out there in the northern states, the country part and all, man, people are so nice. I mean, everybody was so nice. We were so fortunate to meet a lot of people that we met. Everybody around Winnipesaukee was super nice. The Airbnb we had was really nice. It was a little smaller than I anticipated, but I mean, it is what it is. We had a place to lay our heads. They were nice people, and it was a nice place, nice little area to stay. But if you try to find an Airbnb at Lake Winnipesaukee for a decent price, good luck with that one, especially during peak season. Oh
yeah.
I mean, everything's condos. So we're trying to find places to park our boat so we can do tackle and all that outside. A lot of these condos don't even accept trailers. So I don't know what people do when they come up here with boats, you know what I mean, to stay. It could be why you don't see a lot of big, like, major events there. I don't know. A lot of the boat ramps are inside, like, these little towns, these little cities, but where you put your boat in, there's no trailer parking. You got to go down the road like a block or two and park your trailer and walk back to the ramp. So
that don't make a lot of sense.
No, and the marina we stayed at. I mean, if you watch the video, the marina we put in at, super nice marina, very busy, but you had to put in and then you had to park like way, way up the hill. And so when you watch a video, you see me riding on the trailer going up. I mean, it was a long drive back up. So, but the lake, man, was so clear, Chris. I mean, we've seen Smith Mount Lake being clear.
Yeah, I seen the video how clear it was.
Yeah,
it was pretty clear.
It was. I pulled up to a spot. I was gonna get out there and practice. It was really hot. I was gonna pull out and just get my feet wet for a little bit. I was getting really hot, and I looked down at the graph and it was 4 foot. I was on the bank. I thought I was about to jump over in 4 foot of water, which, I mean, I'm 6 foot. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm trying to get out like a foot to 2 foot of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, holy crap. I looked over my graph. I was like, yeah, I better not do that right here. So, but practice was, it was fun. We practiced in one spot, and I thought it was going to be everything we wanted with lily pads, and the water wasn't actually that clear up there as it was where we were at the lower end of the lake, but it was really, really shallow. So like I was working some jerk baits. I was working Carolina rigs. I was getting bit. I had 2 nice fish on a jerk bait, but it just, I hung a lot of chain prickle. So after a while, I was wondering, like, was those fish that I hung that felt good, were they chain prickle? I bet you I caught 7 chain pickerel up there in the 3 to 4 hour practice that we had up there. I mean, they were just everywhere. So you watch live scope, man, and you watch a jerkbait coming across the water, and you just see them coming out of the grass, like on the bottom to come out and hit it. So anyways, we the next day we looked at the map. When we got home to the place we were staying at the first day of practice, we just crashed. We didn't even do tackle. Like, we were so tired. And the second day, we didn't get back on the water till I think 9:00. So we didn't even really play with top water stuff during practice. You know what I mean? I went out and I got on a drop shot bite, and I got on a Carolina rig bite. I got on some fish at it. I knew that that could put me in a good chance to be mid pack, maybe top 20. But I knew they wouldn't win in fish. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have 18, 19, 20-inch fish.
Yeah.
To be winning fish. So going into it, though, I knew that it was taking about a 2-pound average to win, like a lot of the bass boat tournaments up there, but they had to have one good kicker fish to get their weight up there. So, and smallmouth are long. So, some of those fish we're catching, they probably didn't weigh much. You know what I mean? Like, these are so long. But anyways, going into day one.
Well, luckily you go by length and not by weight.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, but I mean, like I say, the smallmouth up there are just so mean. I mean, they're mean here on the river, but
Meaner
I don't know.
than
It's just
down here?
different. Huh?
Meaner than you are down here?
I think so, man. I don't know. And the river's different. Now, you catch the ones on Smith, I don't think they're as mean as the ones that you would on the river,
Yeah.
And I think they're very comparable to Winnipesaukee. And I couldn't imagine going to like Thousand Islands or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how it would be there, but they say they're really mean. So, but dude, first off, I had a fish on bed that I accidentally found. I was floating in on a dock. I had a couple bites over there, and they'd take it and then run. I throw it in the same spot, and they'd take it and run. So I said, well, I'm just going to kind of float in on this dock, try not to scare nothing, and see what it is. And it was about a 3-pound smallmouth sitting there on the bed. And I was like, So I marked that one, and then I started looking for beds. You see beds everywhere, not one daggone fish on it, except rock bass. That place is loaded.
Yeah, I've seen you call a few of those.
Oh my God, dude! I bet you catch 20 of them a day. I mean, they fight just as hard as the bass do when you first hook them.
Yeah.
Like, you think you got a smallmouth at first, and then you're like, oh, it's a rock bass. But I didn't see no more fish on bed. I see beds everywhere. I didn't see no more fish. Well, day of the tournament, I go over there. I couldn't see if anything was there, so I just started throwing top water. Missed a few on the popper, and I came back through, and that's when that smallmouth was gone, and the largemouth was up there. And that's when I caught the largemouth, and I was like, holy crap. So anyways, I still look for some on beds, but I just got thrown a drop shot, and then I got thrown a shad wrap, and I finished my limit out. And then I got thrown a Carolina rig. And then that's when I was able to start upgrading, and then threw a jig and caught my last upgrade. I just couldn't get rid of a 12, and I think it was a 12, 2 12s I had, something like that. I can't remember what I had left, but it was a grind. I know for James, he got on a good crankbait bite with the like a crawl looking crankbait. I don't know if he wants to say it, so I ain't gonna say what bait it was, because I don't know.
Just a crankbait.
Yeah, it's just a crankbait and
just
a crawl.
Crankbait.
So and he was able to find a little bit better fish, but I didn't have that bait, and not saying I would have done it that good either in my spot. I don't know, but he did find a good spot that had some good 17s in there, and he lost a really good one on that too, I think. So, I mean, yeah, we had a good time though, man. We found some good fish. Second day, that's basically what most of my fish came off of, was a popper. I was pulling off on them points where it was about 10 foot of water, throwing over 10 foot and just throwing at working at popper, man. They were coming up to like missiles, just hitting. Man, it was a blast. I hated that bite ended, but man, I mean, like you're on the water at 5:30. Lines in at 5:30, and that bite went all the way to about 12 o'clock. Just catching on time till all the lake lice came out and all the boat traffic and all that, And
It looks like he's getting beat up pretty good there.
Yeah,
at one spot.
I couldn't imagine, and I'm not knocking other brands. I've been in other brands, but as far as we pedaled and all that, I couldn't imagine being in another boat other than a Hobie on that lake when the waves were as bad as they were. I mean, just hitting you broadside, coming over the side of the boat. I mean, I had some that hit me in the back, like they come over the back of my boat and hit my back and soak me, I mean, it was so many waves. It was just, and there was guys out there in the morning. I think that's what them guys were doing, that were catching them good bags, were catching really deep, drop shotting with live scope and all that stuff. And we never found nothing like that. We really didn't look that hard for nothing like that. I think you got to spend some time to find that. And we didn't take the time to find that. So guys like Mike Iaconelli and all of them, I think that's what a lot of them are doing.
So he fished it?
Yeah, Mike Iaconelli was in it. So that's pretty cool.
Did he use his boat?
Yeah, he used the Ike edition.
Okay.
Naturally, he would. He's been pushing the fire out of that boat here lately, so he's going to use it. So. But yeah, I mean, I think that's what the winning bags were coming from. But I mean, man, the traffic was so bad out there. I didn't want to get out there in the middle of that, and try to do
that would have been like a suicide mission to be out there.
Yeah.
Kayak, let alone,
what is it? Johnny there said that lake looked worse than some kind of lake.
Yeah.
It was horrible, man. It was horrible.
You said they had a lot of bigger boats out there, right?
Yeah, they had some huge. I mean, Smith's got some big houseboats, but these were like, these boats should be in the ocean. Like they're, and everybody rides at like half throttle. Like if you ain't making a huge wake, you ain't cool. You know what I mean? Like,
is there a speed limit out there?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a lot of no wake zones though. Like, but see where I was fishing at, it tapered. So like, I mean, James was in some bad stuff too. He was right out there in the mouth of the main part, but everything, like the one spot I was fishing, everything just kind of tapered down. So like you had so much traffic just coming through there. It was pretty bad. We got Robert Brown. He's joining in. Philip, he's joining in.
Yeah.
So Eufaula. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty big lake.
Yeah. Were you looking up Winnipesaukee there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I never looked at it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, man, it was fun.
I love to go back. Bunch of small lakes around it too.
Well, a lot of them are connecting lakes too. So some of those are open. As long as there wasn't a dam, there between it. Yeah. Then you could fish it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, dude, it was fun. I just can't get over all the traffic. But that's one of them lakes like you'd want to go fish early in the morning, come off about lunchtime, and it don't look like the traffic dies until dark. You know what I mean? Like it's just so much. But anyways, we had a good time. I think I finished 45th. James finished 20th. I think it was. He had a phenomenal finish. I was really proud of him and the finish he had. I was happy with the finish I had. I didn't even have missed opportunities really. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have like, man, if I'd have caught that fish, you know what I mean? Like I fished my butt off. We both did. We just couldn't find those 18 plus inch fish. You know what I mean? It was really tough for us. So, and I don't know if they were there where we were at, but I mean, we had a lot of 16s around us, and 17s and stuff like that. I just couldn't get it. So how it goes. I mean, we've had, for the Hobie side of things has been tough for us this year, which is our first year. So, but, Toledo Bend, wasn't bad. We had some opportunities. I did have a lot of missed opportunities, and I really kicked myself in the butt on how I fished on that one. I didn't fish clean. Santee Cooper, I don't even want to talk about Santee Cooper. Oh my gosh, I forget about that one.
Not a good time.
Yeah, people ask before, hey man, did y'all go down and fish Santee Cooper? I don't even like telling we did. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, it don't look like we did. Like
Yeah.
we should have never went, but it was tough. That one was a really tough one on us. But on the bass side, we've had 2 really decent events and did really well in points. And I mean, man, I'm sitting in like, I can't remember where I was at, maybe 30th in bass now, which I was in 8th. But we didn't fish, we talked about this last show. We didn't fish the one on Broken Bow because it was Easter.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. And then I wasn't able to fish, I think it was Smith Lake because it was something that came up. I can't remember what it was for James.
You had to go on a field trip, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I had my son's field trip. And I told him I'd do it, and I didn't realize the date and all that. Which I don't mind. They don't stay a little long, so I didn't mind going and doing that. But what does Bob say? I think next year they allow motors on Hobie. Man, I really wish they would. I think that would be a good turning point for that series. I mean, they do really well anyways. I mean, I don't think it would. I don't know. I wish they would. I do enjoy having spot lock and all that on there.
Do it, though.
No, I don't know.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
They don't promote the boat.
Don't promote their pedal drive.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's a side of me that I wish they would, but there's a side of me that I wish they wouldn't. They don't. You know what I mean? Like
unless they come up with some type of electric drive you can put in place of their own thing. Whatever.
Well, they got like a Torpedo deal, but I don't think it works for 360. But I don't think it's that great. You know what I mean? Like it's not that great of a system. So yeah, I don't know. But like in say bass, we were doing pretty good, and then now I'm going to run into an issue because I really wanted to fish it because James already made the Bassmasters Classic, the championship for the kayak thing. I was right there. I'm right there at it, but we have a class reunion the same weekend as the 2-day event that they're having. I think it's on Lake Eufaula or Seminole, one of the two. I can't remember where that was at, but so if I don't fish that, I don't really have a chance, I don't think, of making a classic. But do I want to miss our high school reunion because we ain't had one in we've been out of school with 20 years? We ain't had one since then. You know what I mean? So, and I know how long it took to get this one going. So I'm like, I kind of like, in a way, I'd like to see some people went to school with. In a way, I'm like, some of them I don't really, some of them I don't really care if I see them again or not. But it is always cool to just go see people you went to school with and see how well they're doing and all that. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I got a really tough decision. My wife still wants to go. She's like, just go fishing. I'll still go. And because she's got some of her friends she wants to meet, but I don't like leaving her hanging. We were high school sweethearts. You know what I mean? So I feel like I should be there for that. So I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell on that one. But if I go, I think I'll have a really good chance at making the championship in Tennessee. So I don't know.
Go and get Tammy to Skype you in.
That's right. Hey guys,
Yeah. Tape her phone with a stick and just walk around with you.
Yeah, just walk around. I'll be sitting on the couch, sunburnt from fishing. So, but I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna see how it goes for the rest of this year. We got Wolf and Fox coming up. I think it's one at Wisconsin, something like that. We'll be going up there. I'm really excited about that event because I think that's gonna be a good.
Never heard of it.
It's you got Wolf River and Fox River to come in together or come into one area.
Oh, okay.
When
is that one?
That's in August. I think August 24th.
It won't be in the snow up here yet.
No. Went up Pisaki, man. In the mornings it was kind of cool. Like we had to wear a hoodie. Like it was kind of cool,
Oh, I can imagine.
But then like during the day it got like 90. So you're coming out of clothes. But the water was still like 60-some degrees, man. You jump on over there when it's hot, and you're like, woo, that's cool. So, but anyways, yeah, we had a good time. I really enjoyed it, and I like to get back up there. I love to get back up north and do some fishing. And if things work out with what I was talking about earlier, with some stuff coming up, maybe we'll get up there a little bit more and do it and try it, and take a couple guys like me. We take you and take somebody else and just go have a good time. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, Had a good vacation. Went camping. I'm gonna talk a little bit about some saltwater fishing. Like I say, it was new for us. First off, before I get in here, guys, if you're still tuning in with us, please hit that like button. Share this out there. We can get more people in here and get talking fishing. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate all you guys that are here with us right now. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, if you're on there watching, make sure you go over and subscribe too. We really, really appreciate that. We're getting close to that 10,000 mark. Like we're at 8,000.
8.14. So
yeah. So I'm hoping that by the end of the year, I don't know, that's gonna be a stretch, but I'm hoping by the end of the year we can hit 10. And me and James gonna do a really good giveaway as soon as we hit.
There you go.
10. So, anyways, but talking saltwater fishing, and I know this is a bass fishing show. Okay, I know
we got sea bass.
Yeah, I mean, we got sea bass. I guess
there you go.
Bass. There we go. So I mean, it kind of makes it okay.
Yeah,
but I had one heck of a time getting out there. I mean, Matthew had a good time. We went out there with some shrimp, dropped it off the side, and then if we caught so if we caught like a spot or something, we would cut that up and use it for bait. And then he was catching what do you call them? Oh man, it looks like angelfish. I can't even think what you call them now. It just slipped my mind.
Oh, I don't know.
Spade. I think you're spade fish.
I don't know about those saltwater fish. Other than sharks. Marlins and stuff like that.
So we caught a couple spade, which you gotta watch them things. They got fins on the bottom and the top that'll poke you.
Shit.
But I mean, man, they fight though. They're like a big perch. You know what I mean? They get like really big. And when you hang into them, man, you know how perch is. They'll pull real hard to the side.
Yeah.
That's how they are. They were super fun to catch.
Perch of the sea.
Yeah. And so we went early in the morning, me and James and his daughter, and took my son, and we caught a few of the spade fish, Matthew caught a flounder, and we had the big rods out, never got nothing. But that afternoon, since we, caught so many fish, we were like, all right, we're going to take your wives and the younger kids, and we're all going to go up there and have a good time, fish till dark. Cause you had to be off that pier at 9.
Oh, okay.
So at like 8:30, they're coming around telling you got 30 more minutes, So we could never get to the end of the pier because it was all, you got the locals there that fish, and they take up the end of the pier, which I get it, but everybody left early. So we're like, well, heck, we reeled in our line, and I took it down there, and me and James both, we cast it off the end of the pier, and I just kind of let it sit there. Guy comes around and says, we caught a bunch of spade fish, caught a lot of spots, had a good time catching all of them. Well, at 8:30, when the guy came around, I was like, all right, everybody lines out. Well, one dude hangs in, and he catches like a 31-inch drum and fought that. And then a lady caught a stingray. Well, then that kind of slowed down for a second. I turned around and looked, and all of a sudden I watched this guy's rod just shoot off the side of the pier. Gone.
I'll see you.
I mean, dude, I didn't even have time to say rod or anything. I couldn't say nothing. As soon as I turned around, I just gone. And we tell him, and he's like, oh crap. He's like a $40 setup. He said it wasn't really expensive, but still, it was still lost the rod.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, well, heck, I better go up here to my big rod, because I mean that happened so fast that
So you don't open the thing up. We
didn't, but we bought big spinning reels. Well, if you open the bail up, the current's just, you know what I mean? Like,
true.
We had like 4-ounce weights, but still, I didn't want to leave it. You get too much slack in your line.
Yeah. So,
I just went up there and hung out with my rod there. And all of a sudden, I was telling James, I said, man, I just like to get into something that will that about spool me, like something I can hardly do anything with. I just want to fight a big fish. I ain't fought nothing like that. And as soon as I said that, man, my rod just was like, boom, boom. And I pick it up, and I set the hook in that thing. I don't know what I had, dude, but it was on for a ride. And I'm just sitting there, and he's just peeling, and I'd reel a little bit. He'd just keep peeling, reel a little bit, and you'd feel like a head shake here and there, and then he would just keep peeling. And then finally my line just snapped. So, but I was hooked after that. Like, I'm like,
shoot, do it, whatever it was.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of guys out there don't use steel leaders right there at their hooks. They don't like using it. I don't know if they're worried, the fish see. I don't know what they do, but So a lot of them are using braid. Well, we had like 30 or 40 pound mono on. So, but man, we bought us a little cart. We got a little cart. We're one of them guys now. We're gonna look like the locals. We can put a little fishing rods on there.
A little fold up one or whatever.
Yeah, well, this one's just like nice aluminum cart. It's got like the sand tires on it.
Oh, okay, like the big wide tires, or whatever.
Yeah, so we can go surf fishing. We can carry all our stuff down to the beach here if we want to. So we ended up buying that, and we ain't put it all together yet. But I'm hoping we get a chance to go down there this week. I love to go back down there. It's just so fun, man. You catch so many fish. You just take you a little bit of shrimp and cut it up and put it over the side. You could be happy just catching them all day. You know what I mean? And then I'll bait one and sling it out there. And something I've learned about pier fishing though is you got to be patient with people because people's lines are crossing.
Oh yeah,
and they'll walking around. Everybody most of the time is pretty nice about it, but I'm just like, man, you watch them, they'll cast right across your line, man. And you're just looking at them like, what did you just do? But nobody says anything. Like
everybody knows.
Yeah, just nature of the beast, I guess. So we did get some little gotcha lures, little plugs, like right there, about like that. They're heavy. You just throw them out there and you just kind of jerk it, keep working it, and like the blues and all that's supposed to get them, and the Spanish mackerel and all that. But we didn't catch none. I think I want a nice bait caster set up for that, and have it to work something like that with. We were trying on those little cheaper spinning reels, and I think we were working ourselves to death when we didn't need to be on that, because them guys are catching some nice blues off the dock there. And but I want to go down and do some surf fishing. My buddy Alan, he does a lot of surf fishing. He's caught some really nice drum, so I like to try that one time. Go down and do some surf fishing. But they say end of August or something like that is real good to go down there and catch them. So I don't know. We're planning a vacation trip around Labor Day, I think. Let's go down and do some more fishing and all that. So, but I had a good time with that. I did want to get into one more little topic real quick. And that was, we're going to have a video out on it, but I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about it on here, was testing out the kayaks, the New Crescent Shoalee, the Jackson Nar. And then we've had that Outback for a while and never got in it really and fished until, that weekend we got in it, and I was really impressed. I know the Outback has been around for a long time, and I can see why people really like the Outback. Like stability wise, I did not think that kayak was going to be as stable. I mean, I knew it would be pretty stable, but I didn't think it was going to be like it was. I think it's very comparable to the PA-14. It looks narrower. I mean, it is a little narrower, but the way the hole is on the bottom, man, that thing is so. Matthew took it out on the river. I took the Lynx out on the river Friday, and I mean, man, they did really good. The only problem I had with the Lynx is I didn't like when you got in. And I ain't talking like a lot of current. I'm just talking about a little bit of current. It didn't want to turn to the right for me. Like every time I tried to turn it to the right, it would not turn. It turned to the left. I could turn to the left all day long. Now, I don't know if I hit current different way and it do the same thing that way. You know what I mean?
So the whatever makes it turn was working. The boat just wasn't doing what you wanted.
Yeah, I think it's just the way, because like the current's flowing down. I'm facing the bank, so if I wanted to go down with the current, I'd have to turn right, and it's like it would not. Maybe it's just because the current was pushing it.
Yeah,
and it just wouldn't go. But I could turn left, and that dude would go right back up the current and go. And Matthew didn't really have that problem.
I guess because it was pushing on the front of the boat and the back of the boat.
Yeah,
maybe it was fighting itself or whatever.
Yeah, and that's probably what it was. But the Outback just seemed like it did better with it. You know what I mean? But I mean, fishability wise, the Lynx is fun, man. It's a fun little kayak to take it. Kayaks up, whatever they want to call it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stand up. It's not a stand up board, I guess, but
it's one of the deals that don't. It's just like a giant surfboard, the kind of way.
Yeah.
Like like that one Vibe makes.
Yeah. Vibe, Crescent, and all them. I think they make a stand up board, and it's like that with a seat. You know what I mean? And a pedal drive system. But I mean, man, it pedals. It's so fast. I mean, we paddled. It was like So from the boat ramp we put in up to the dam was like 3.5 miles. And it didn't even feel like it. You know what I mean? Like you just gone for fishing. It didn't feel like
you put it above the paper mill and went to Bedford.
Yeah. Yep. So it didn't feel like it took that long. Then we got up there and we just waited. We didn't go far up in the rapids. We just kind of stayed right to the edge.
What color did you get? Papaya orange or ivory dune?
We got both.
Oh, okay.
We got an orange and we got a
look at them out here online.
What's going on, Yak Bassin? I hope you're enjoying your time up north, man. We miss you down here. I know that. We need to get you down here so we can go do some fishing. I wanted us to all hit the river here soon, but you decided to head north.
What was the Jackson called?
The Jackson Nar.
N-A-R?
K-N-A-R-R.
K-N.
But that kayak, so we took that out, and I'm going to give straight honest review on it. When we got that kayak to the shop, I was really impressed. Really impressed.
Yeah.
The layout on it is very similar, and I don't want to make I don't want to make none of like the Hobie people mad or none of the Jackson people mad or nothing like that.
This picture looks like one kind of in a way.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Hobie. You know what I mean, with the rod tubes up front.
Yeah.
With how wide it is.
Got the railing going down the side of it.
Yep, it's got square railing going down the side. So cool thing about that though is you can put accessories on the side, on the top, and on the inside. Yeah. Now the Hobie H rail, you can kind of move things around too on the inside and all that, and make things work. But it comes with, ours had a nice like box with it, so it's like a big storage box
on the back of it.
Well, it's on the side. You can put it anywhere you want. So if you want it all hanging off the side or an inside or up front in the back.
Oh, okay.
But it's got a nice top on it. Like the Hobie's got.
There's the pictures here. So I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, and Hobie's got a big it's separate though. It's a big box that goes on there. So like I got the small ones on mine. Hobie makes a big one that goes on the H rail, and but it don't have a top and all that stuff. Jackson's has got like a top. I don't know. It was really nice setup. Pedal drive system is a little, it's quiet. Compared to like, the Native, and I haven't took Old Town out, so I'm never going to compare anything to Old Town because I hear they're really good. I've never taken one out, so I don't want to compare nothing to it. But it's pretty quiet, and I've seen some of the older Jackson pedal drive systems that had like a loud roar to them. He said I'll be testing it out at 3 Bells here soon.
NAR.
Yeah. I think you're going to like it. The turning is a little sluggish, but it's a big boat. You know what I mean? Like it's not. And the reason why I say it too, you got to look, man, we've been in the daggone, we've been in the 360. So you're able to turn that and turn the rudder. So that turns pretty quick. So it's hard to compare that to that, but stability wise, fishability wise, it's a nice kayak. It really is. Like I really liked it. I always tell people now I don't see me in another kayak, not unless there's like something magical out there, like something's like crazy different than the Hobie. But I think the Jackson NAR is right there. I'm not a fan of the pedal drive system, but the only reason is I've been in the Hobie. And what I'm going to say is it seems like it takes more to work the Jackson because it's more like the bike, where the Hobie you're doing short, you can do pumps.
Yeah.
So you're working a whole different muscle group. But I think once you got used to it, it'd probably okay. You know what I mean? We're just not used to it. So that's why I'm probably not a biggest fan of that as I was the Hobie.
Your legs aren't moving as much with the Hobie as it is with the.
Exactly.
You're just pushing your feet back and forth, whereas everybody else, you're riding it like a bicycle.
Yeah. And Robert's saying, he heard it turns like on a dime, but I think if you got a lot of speed, like you're going and you crank it, it might turn right then. But we were in the canal, and it took a little bit. It was like turning. It took a little bit to make the turn. Maybe with a little more speed, it'd be a lot better. I don't know, but if you're just trying to fish around stuff, it was kind of tough. But I think you get used to it and you figure out how to work it, and it'll probably be just fine. I do like how easy it folds up. It folds up right into the floor. It's got like a little pocket on the bottom, and you can fold that thing up. Like if you're getting real shallow water or whatever, you can just you got a little lever you just push up and it folds it up. Unlike the Hobie, you got to take all that crap out and lay it on your front deck. You know what I mean? Or you can just fold the pedals all the way forward. You know what I mean? If you're just going to do a short period of time. But like if you're loading your kayak, for instance, you got to take your pedal drive out real quick. You know, on the Hobie, on the NAR, you can just fold it right up. Boom, hold right up in your floor. So I did like it for that. But like storage wise, all that, I think it's very comparable to the Hobie. I think Jackson did a really good job coming out with that kayak. I think it's a very good kayak. I think it's going to give Hobie and them a run for their money when it comes to that style, that platform of a kayak, you know, the big fishing kayak and all that. So ocean wise, I'm curious to see how it does out in the ocean. You know what I mean? I guess the pedal drive will hold up to that. I don't know, you know what I mean? In saltwater and stuff, but I'm sure it will. I'm sure they got that figured out and know what they're going to know that people are going to want to use it there. So, but I was really impressed with it. I ain't going to lie. I mean, it ain't been a lot of kayaks out here lately that I've been like, you know, wow, I could see me using this one, you know? I mean, we took the Shoalee out, the Crescent Shoalee, and I think that is a great platform for people that are fishing a lot of rivers, you know. But stability wise, I think it's a stable boat in its category, but I didn't feel real comfortable in it being a bigger guy in that boat. Like standing up, you know what I mean? I didn't feel comfortable standing up in it. But I'm a big dude. I'm not some little dude, and I ain't no spring chicken either. So I just didn't feel as comfortable because the seat sits so low in it, for one. So like I feel like I need a strap or something to pull me up to where I can stand up, you know. But I mean, it was, I mean, for a river fisherman or something that is going to turn quick and something that paddles really good, man, that boat paddles.
Is that really measuring board that's made it? Is that
well, it's that matting stuff.
Is it legal? No, I was just joking.
But the cool part is though, that area right there is cut out for like a catch board or a hog trough. So you could sit that there and you wouldn't have to move it the rest of the day.
No.
Like
that is a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that about it.
I do like that. I like if you're paddling and you want to put your paddle down, you know, like on a bona fide or something, if you put it down on the side, if you don't have roto grips, it just kind of rolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this one's got roto grips made on it.
Yeah. And it's got a little
whatever they call theirs. I don't know what they call it.
Well, that's it. It's Yak Attack's product. It's a roto grip.
Okay. All right.
And then it's got like little cutout there that you can just set it in there too as well.
Yeah. And the cup holders, you can put you a coffee cup in there because it's got the little slots for the cup holder.
Yeah. So what is that Remo said? Just uploaded a 2-minute video on my YouTube channel for those who want to take check it out.
Jackson, what you call it?
Yeah, for the Jackson NAR. Hey, put your I guess that's his YouTube channel right there. I'm sorry, he's coming in from YouTube there.
Yeah.
Make sure you check it. I'm gonna check that out too. Yeah. I like to see it because we're gonna do one here soon. I'm hoping we do it this week. We just got to see how things go with the orders. We've been really busy the last couple of weeks. He said I'm a bigger guy as well. Yeah, Robert. I don't think the Shoalee is good for me and you. I think it's for smaller guys like Drew Gregory that designed it. But no, Drew did a really good job on that boat. I think that there's a lot of characteristics that's in that boat that I have a feeling that you're going to see other brands try to take on. You know. Like with the measuring board stuff, some of the odd and end features they've added to it. I just think they did a really good job on designing it. I just don't feel as comfortable in that boat as I do other boats. You know, like if you have fished in a Crescent your whole time, and you upgrade to that boat's going to feel really great to you. You know what I mean? I think it's going to feel a lot stabler than the other Crescents. But if you're coming out of like a bona fide 127, you're coming out of a native Titan, or you're coming out of a Hobie 1214 or Outback or anything, I think you're going to feel a little more shaky in that boat. But I've seen posts where people are like, "Oh man, that thing's so stable. You about stand on the side of that boat." Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I can tell you who can't do that, and that's me. I can't stand on the side of that boat. But I think it's a speed demon. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You can paddle that dude with ease. Like it paddles so easy. I think they did a good job on that. They also made it on the front hatch, or you can cut out that floor in the front hatch. It's got built-in rod tubes, but I mean, man, on that one, you're gonna have some spinning reels. You can't. I don't think you'll put no heavy action rods in there because you got to kind of bend it up to get them in there. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll put no heavy action rods in there or nothing like that. But I mean, like some nice light spinning rods, stuff like that. I think it'd be perfect for that. But I mean, trying to think. I mean, how they did all their strap systems on there. I think that's pretty cool. It's some good design in that boat. Drew Gregory did a really good job on designing it. I just don't think it's for me. But we are going to have a few more accessories coming out for it. So I'm excited to get that line going. We got a few things that's going to be coming out for the Outback and the Lynx. Really excited about that. But getting to the Lynx, man, I like I say, I know I talked about that earlier, how fast it was. We ended up putting the Hobie H-Rail system on there. I got a video up on that, and that was big because now you can like attach your catch board, you can attach your pliers, you can attach a little bucket there. I ended up putting the Omni hooks in the back. I wished all kayaks came with some kind of hook system for a black pack, but or some kind of hook system to hold down any kind of crate system you put in the back. But put those on there so I could put I got the 13x16 black pack on there. Chris, that's one thing you need to look at getting. We need to try to get you one of them.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We talked about that last time with the delay.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd either want the 16x16 or the 13x16. I can't remember how much take room it would take up in the back of your 127. But I mean, the amount of rod holders you can put on there.
It's 3 inches. I'd probably just get the bigger one.
Yeah, I'll have to remember to try to get you one of those from the shop. But I think that system there is pretty nice. I do like that. I like their latch system on that. Yeah. I used it some more on the river the other day, and I really like the rod holders, all that. I think they're pretty nice. So, but yeah, I mean, the Lynx was fun. The only thing that, like I say, I'm getting back, comparing apples to oranges here. The one thing that I do miss is like on the Lynx. I mean, you could put it in a floor. With me being a bigger guy trying to bend over and all that stuff with a big life vest on and all that, I was putting the catch board in my lap, to measure my fish, and that makes me really nervous with smallmouth because they picture I had on there with the fish.
You're asking to lose a fish when you do that.
Yeah, you're gonna lose one or two doing that. So, it's just no side walls, no side railing on that Lynx. So measuring fish can be a little tricky. You definitely got to do the old net trick. And if you guys watch James's video, I don't do it. I probably should do it more. But James puts his net. If you watch, he'll turn his net around and have the butt end of the net up by his graph, and so that way if the fish jumps, it jumps kind of right at the net. Yeah. So it's pretty cool how he does that. I was noticing that in his video. So, but yeah, the Lynx. I think the Lynx is awesome. I mean, you can pick that up with no problem and throw it on top of a car. And I think that's why we like it so much. You can keep it so simple. So, like, if we want to go pond jumping, you don't need somebody else to help you load it. You know what I mean?
No.
Or don't pull your back out trying to load something heavy. You just take your crate off the back, take your rods out, and put them in the car, and you just throw that on the top. Well, you don't even have to take your seat off. If you strap your seat down right and pull the straps down good, your seat stays there. So you don't have to pull your seat out or nothing. I mean, the boat's super light. It's full of foam. You know what I mean? It's foam filled. So, but like for kids, I know it's expensive. If you got kids, they're gonna love that. I mean, it pedals so easily. James had his little boy on there, and he's still kind of small right now, but we were able to adjust the pedals and the seat just right for him, him to go out and enjoy it too. So he couldn't do it on the Outback, I don't think. I can't remember if James was able to get him in that one or not, but he did really good on the Lynx. But yeah, I mean, it was fun being able to get all those kayaks out in one outing and just try them all out. I mean, it was just to be able to compare everything. Yeah. So I think the one thing we do want to do on the Outback, I mean, on the Lynx, is put the turbo fins on there. I think I've been meaning to take the drive out of the Outback because it already has them, and put it on the Lynx, and just see if there's a big difference. I don't know if you'll be able to tell a difference or not. I don't know, but I like to try it. So, but the reverse and the forward features, they're pretty neat. I mean, you just pull one cable and you go forward, pull the other cable, you go reverse. I know on the river a couple of times it was frustrating because kind of blowing into a tree and you're trying to put it in reverse. Sometimes I didn't want to go right, but eventually you get it. But I'm just so used to the 360. Like everything, I can turn it in reverse. I can go left, right. So it's really hard when you're so used to something like that to go to anything else. But I do enjoy the Mirage Drive. It's Hobie did a really good job with that one. I know all of them have their issues. 360s I see a lot of people having issues with 360s, but knock on wood, me and James have been pretty fortunate not to, have any issues yet. Knock on wood.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean that's what we've been doing for the last month is basically family time and fishing. And August, I'm gonna be honest with you, August is not looking any better right now with a tournament, with some other things we got coming up. And then I think we're gonna have I got my wife's birthday, I got my daughter's birthday. So we got a few things that's going on, but September, I think some things are going to start getting better. We're going to start being a little more consistent with our shows.
Where's the next tournament?
We're going to Wolf and Fox in Wisconsin.
Okay. You already said that.
Yeah. But you're fine. I mean, you didn't know if it was.
I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if it was next month or September.
Yeah. So we'll have that one, and then we'll have 2 weekends of wife and daughter, and then our next surprise, shall I say. So hopefully, I'm just hoping it all goes through, but we'll see. We don't,
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, let the Lord close the door and we'll move on to another chapter. So, but other than that, I mean, guys, if y'all got any questions, put them down in the comments right now before we get off here. I'll try to answer them. Before we get off here, if we can, I do plan on trying to start getting some guests on here. Like I say, this is with everything going on. I just was not able to schedule a lot of stuff. Actually, we barely made this show work. Well, that's why we were a little late because we had my father-in-law's birthday party to go to. So, and service was a little slow. So we were humping it, trying to get back and get on here. So, but no, I mean, I do appreciate all you guys tuning in. It means a lot. I appreciate the comments we got before I went live. People, excited that we were going to be doing a show tonight, and I do appreciate, like I say, all the YouTube followers we have, all the Facebook followers we have, and all of the we got a question. How do you secure your battery box in the back of your Hobie PA? We actually have straps. We put these little eye bolt straps onto the side of our battery box, and then we use the Hobie cord with hooks. We bought some extra Hobie hooks and all that. If you haven't checked out our video, go on our YouTube and check out our 2021 or 2022. I can't remember how titled it. I think I did 2022 tournament setup, Hobie tournament setup. And it's basically me and James's boat and how we did everything with our hooks and all that. And if we didn't, reach out to us and we'll try to get you some pictures on there. And maybe there'll be an Instagram post this week. I'll share that real quick. But Jason said, look forward to seeing y'all in Wisconsin. Hey man, looking forward to seeing you guys. Looking forward to getting up there. Just keep up the good work on the videos and everything else. Enjoyed listening. Thank you, Johnny. I'd like to say, appreciate you all. And looking forward to getting back on here live. If you got any show suggestions, if anything y'all want us to talk about, always feel free to reach out to us on I'm going to tell you guys now, Messenger on Facebook and Instagram. We don't get to them all as quick as we should. And sometimes that's just because we're so busy. Sometimes we don't have notifications don't even pop up. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden we'll open it up and boom, it's like, where the heck did these messages come from? So, yeah. and our email has been crazy, throwing a bunch of stuff in spam. Some stuff has come up 3 days after, and we'll get a notification, and then you look, and it's man, that thing was like 3 or 4 days ago. So anyways, we're working on trying to get through that. If you guys really need anything, you can reach out to our phone number, call us. We do our best to try to get to your phone call as soon as you call. If not, leave us a voicemail. We'll call you back. I promise. We normally at the end of the day try to get back to all our phone calls if we can. So, but like I say, I do appreciate all you guys. I appreciate y'all being patient with us since we ain't done a show in a long time. And like all you guys tuning in. And Tackle Tuesday, that's coming back. I think right after August, we're going to get back into our Tackle Tuesday and talk tournament fishing and tackle and all that on Tuesday night. So other than that, guys, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. I know it's late. We all got to get up and go to work in the morning. So I'm going to let you guys go. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And guys, we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a great night and a great week. See you.
See you.